about my book hasn't come from Amazon yet.
Oh, it's okay. We've got the PDF that you could read off of. I'll send it to you tonight.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Hey, Barbie. Hi, everyone. We're going to get started in a few minutes. 3 minutes to be exact. Hi, Michelle. Hey, Tally. Hey, Bros.
What up?
What up? Were y'all able to get outside today? Hi, Elizabeth. All right, Sandy's here. Hi, Nicole. What's up, Jeff? Great to see you. Hey, Mary Frances. Hi, Tyler. Oh no, I got the dreaded. Your internet connection is unstable. I think it'll be fine. Rests. I got a side plank request. Shoulders, like that or like that? Like that. All right, good. We are. See, we got a little chat request. Working through some lower back pain. Yeah, bend your knees. And okay, cool. Yeah, take it easy on the back bending. The thing that I would focus on if you're having low back pain in your back bend practice is rooting your legs and hips, being really strong and active in your legs and hips, and internally rotating your thighs, and then using the back bend as an opportunity to really listen to, okay, how's my body feeling? Can I go slow enough to where I can reach the point where it still feels okay? Maybe it's a really small back bend, and again, like the depth of the pose isn't, where it's at. It doesn't matter how deep you get. Hey Ryan, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Who else showed up? We had a slew of people. Is Sally in here?
Can you mute everybody just because there's a lot of other sounds happening?
Oh, perfect. Yes, I totally will do that. Thank you. All right, cheers, y'all. We are going to start now. Just mute it all. So I have kind of a well-rounded practice on deck for y'all with a slight inclination towards maybe some belly down back bends. Those are the most approachable ones to do. And the reason why I've got back bends in mind is because it's springtime, and springtime is the earth's exhalation. It's the, getting yourself out there, and that's a little bit tough to do right now. But we can at least express it. And and I see the shoulder pain thing, Alexandra. Just take it easy, and let's chat afterwards, and we'll see how this practice felt. The other thing I wanted to address is just this. There's this notion that I've been with this group that I meet with weekly. It's a characteristic of the work, and it's called true conscience. And true conscience differs from conditioned conscience in that conditioned conscience is this like really strong feeling. It tends to be like group oriented, and it's very dualistic, like this is wrong, this is right. Whereas true conscience is like an inner whisper that you can barely hear, and it's not so rigid, and it's not so dualistic. It's more all-encompassing, and it's also more personal. And I want to kind of underlie this practice with the idea of us cultivating our ability to tap into our, because I feel like there's been a lot of big energy that I've seen on social media, and so I'm like, true conscience, that's where it's at. I even like notice it within myself. I'll be responding to something I see on social media. I'll type out a post, and I'm like laying out all the true facts, the good points, just the good stuff, and then I have a moment right before I'm going to post it, and I'm like, what is this really doing with this? Like, what gives it going to do? And I go, boom, delete. So I kind of want to cultivate that kind of vibe with the practice tonight. Okay, come to a nice, comfortable seat. And I forgot that the Zoom mic was back here, so I hope y'all can hear me all right. So just get comfortable and rest your hands in your lap. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. And find your breath. Notice the quality of your breath right now as it naturally wants to breathe. Notice the quality of your mind. Physical body, and notice how your physical body is feeling right now. And now take the reins on your breath and begin to breathe deeply in a way that be in and out of your nose, or in through your nose, out through your mouth. You can breathe through your mouth. Whatever works best for you. Just make the breath a little deeper, a little fuller. And notice what happens with the quality of your mind after just a few slow, deep breaths. And notice perhaps a subtle shift in the way that you are experiencing the way that your physical body feels right now. And see if with each deep, rich breath flowing through you, see if you can't cultivate a mood of acceptance for what is right now. And then bring your hands together in front of your heart. And place when you take this gesture of Anjali Mudra, take it in an intentional way. So maybe start with the heels of your hands, then the base knuckles, and then lightly press the fingertips towards each other. And as you inhale, release the weight of your hips heavier on the floor. Lift your heart into your hands. And then exhale and let your shoulders gently drape onto your lifted rib cage. And press your thumbs down into your sternum so you feel a bit of engagement around your shoulder blades. And press your hands together intentionally. Soften your face. And take a moment, if you like, to set an intention for your practice and go with the cultivation of inner conscience, true conscience, which is a quiet whisper, or any other thing that's calling to you right now. And as you're ready, take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Bow your head to your hands. Lower your hands onto your knees. Lift your chin and open your eyes. All right. Lying down, and if you have like a blanket rolled up, this would be a good time to use a blanket roll and put it under your shoulder blades. We don't have the props here, so I'm just gonna go flat. If you have like a long pillow to put under your shoulders, that might be helpful for this core work that we're about to do. So as you lie down on your back, take shelf position with your legs. I know this is very familiar for a lot of you. And then interlace your hands behind your head and roll your head and shoulders up off the mat. Reach your elbows up forward. I'm kind of reaching mine away so I don't obscure my face. But go up and forward with your elbows and lift your chin. And then fan out the bones of your feet and do an isometric hamstring curl with your legs. So imagine that you're going to bring your heels to your hips, but don't change this 90-degree bend. And now hover your right heel above the ground and let the right side open and the left side stabilize. And then squeeze your knee back up. And then fanning out the bones of your feet and squeeze back up. And then go right heel and squeeze it up. Left heel, feel the openness on the left side, squeeze it up. All right, and now open your right knee out to the side, and then kick your legs straight. Point your toes. Straighten your leg, point your toes, flex your foot, bend your knee, and squeeze it back together. Open your right knee out wide, straighten your leg with your foot flexed, point your toes, Flex your foot, bend your knee, squeeze your right knee back up, so move real slow. Open the left knee out, straighten your left leg with the foot flexed, point your toe, flex your foot, bend your knee, and squeeze your knee back up. And now go right leg straight, reach your right elbow outside your left knee, and then as you come back, draw an arc with your right elbow, reach back and away, and then bend your right knee. Come back to center. Go left leg straight, reach your left elbow outside of your right knee, draw an arc with your left elbow, reaching it away, and then re-bend left knee, come back to center. Let's do that. Squeeze your right elbow outside your left knee, lift your chin a bit, reach up and forward with your elbow, and then slowly draw that arc with your right elbow. Squeeze your knee back in. Good. Straighten your left leg. Curl your left elbow outside your right knee. Your mat. Make your inner knees touch, and then drop your knees over to the right. Fan out the bones of your feet. Eyes back. Good. Press down and away with your right elbow. Cactus out your arms. Press down and away with your right elbow and get a little bit of a twist. Actually, let's do a side body stretch here. So grab your left wrist with your right hand, and you could also take your right foot onto your outer left thigh with your feet flexed, and then drag your foot forward and press it your full left side body stretch from the outer knee all the way to the left fingertips. It's okay if your left shoulder comes off the ground here. And then come back to center, remove your foot, bring your knees back together at the top, and then drop your knees over to the left. Fan out the bones of your feet, tone your inner thighs, and turn them back. Feel the spaciousness come across your back of your hips, and then take your left foot onto your outer right thigh. Grab your right wrist with your left hand, and then drag your left foot forward as you crescent over to the left. Remember, right shoulder can come off the ground. Retract your scapula though. Create a little bit of resistance using your back muscles. Do a nice big crescent over to the left. All right, and then come back to center, remove your foot, knees up, hug your knees in towards your chest. Rock up and down the length of your spine. And then come up to balancing on your sitting bones. I'm going to do a little spin move. So here on your sitting bones, hold on to the back of your thighs. And now draw the sides of your waist onto your spine. Oh, I'm going to use the video to make my shins parallel. All right, good. I see y'all doing it. Cool. Okay, so from here, you can reach your arms out. And then from here, I know we don't have any music going, so you just got to make your own internal music. You just kind of move. Now let's actually shift over to the right hip and just move on the right hip. So we're on the outer right hip. And if it's like, man, this feels really hard or really weird, you put your forearm down, just kind of on your left hip, toning your belly. Feel your hands and your feet. And then go over to the right hip and go really fast. Let your breath happen, but let it be full. But feel your hands. Do the movement like extend it through your fingertips. All right, go to the left hip, fast. Come back to center. Do a boat pose. See if you can. I probably can't. I think I'm gonna fall down. Whew. All right, that was fun. With your knees bent and your feet on the ground, press your heels down and drag them back and open your belly, arch your back. So doing like a cow pose here. Just kind of let everything be nice and open. And in this state of openness of the front body, hug on with the side body. Then retract your scapula. So, pull your shoulder blades back. Now, put your awareness in your feet and make your inner foot heavy. And then tone your inner thighs. And now, lift your hips up nice and slow. So just a gentle bridge pose here. So drag your heels back. Tone your inner down. Okay, and then with your inner thighs turned down, press your tailbone forward. Tone the sides of your waist. And then lift your hips up. All right, and come on down. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big old squeeze. We did this last week. It was like a supine crow pose. So what you can do is bring your knees up into your armpits. Hook them onto your upper triceps. And then squeeze your knees in. Reach up with your hands and extend at your wrists. All right, and give yourself a squeeze. Rock up and down the length of your spine. Cross your shins. Sit up. Come to all fours. And then come onto your feet. All right. So the tips of your fingers. And then feel that weight and that pressure. And keep that. Fingertips, base knuckles. You're in tabletop. And now isometrically draw your thumb towards your index finger. So your thumb gets more flush with the ground. Awesome. And then curl your toes under and hover your knees if you can. Tone the sides of your waist, tone your glutes, turn two imaginary dials away from each other. All right, and then downward facing dog. So in down dog, make your inner hand heavy. Keeping your inner hand heavy, turn the eyes of your elbows forward as you externally rotate your upper arms. And then from the base of your shoulder blades, press your hands down and forward. Stretch your hips up and back, and then send your inner heels back and your outer heels down. If you are working that internal rotation to create space in your low back, you can tone your inner thighs here and turn them back. And in fact, let's all play with that a little bit. So walk your hands to the back of your mat to meet your edges. Bend your knees a bit here and come into porta potty pose. So we're in a shallow squat. I invite you to take your right hand and now as you're ready, take your hands to your outer shins and press there. Tone your outer shins. Fan out the bones of your feet. So it's like outer shins tone and maybe even draw slightly back, and then inner thighs tone and turn back and tone your glutes and your belly. All right, and then put your fingertips on the ground. Relax your head. Press your hands down and forward and your feet down and back. And then try to keep your hips where they're at. Walk your hands out one hand's length forward. And then as you inhale, pull the ground towards you. And then make your spine longer with a little bit of a lift of your chest. And then exhale and fold. Press your hands down and forward. spine. Exhale and fold. And then walk your hands out again. Maybe your hips start to move on this one. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Once again, take your hands one hand length forward. Lengthen your spine. And fold. And we're coming back to downward facing dog. Nice and easy. If you feel stuff in your shoulders in down dog and you want to give them a little break, you do a shorter down dog and work your legs more. All right, so from here, gaze forward. And then walk on up to the top of your mat. And then lengthen your spine. And fold. Stretch. And exhale. Samasthiti. And this is like actions and alignment that we bring into every pose. So let's start with the foundation with the feet. Make your feet hips width distance apart. Press down through your big toe ball mound, inner heel, pinky toe ball mound, and outer heel in such a way that you feel the bones of your feet fanning out. Set your toes firmly on the mat without, and then hug muscle to bone in your legs. Tone your glutes as though you're drawing everything up towards your hips. Now tone your waistline. Press your tailbone down. And tone your upper abdomen. And externally rotate your shoulders. And your head might be jutting forward at this point. That would be natural. And so what you want to do is lift your chin and press your throat back. Keep that work in your belly and your back. Good. And now, keeping the strength and engagement and that hugging on and subtle lift in your legs, use that, keep that, but root the bones of your legs heavier into the floor. And stand up taller. And now interlace your hands behind your back and make your upper abdomen really strong and then squeeze your shoulder blades back. Lift your chin, press. Keep the belly strong. Keep your elbows bent and press your knuckles into your sacrum. Don't lose the engagement of your upper abdomen. Don't let your rib cage just splay open. Okay? Chin up, throat back, shoulders back. Press your knuckles into your sacrum. So this big shoulder opener without the arm extension. And now as you release, turn your palms out and reach side of your hand. Tone your belly, reach up, make your neck disappear. Get really long in your spine because you're reaching up so much. And then exhale and fold. Lengthen your spine. And step your left foot back into a lunge. So at this point in the practice, the breathing cues are don't hold your breath and let your breath breathe itself in a full and abundant way. And we're going to continue our focus on alignment. So here in this lunge with your fingertips on the ground and your right leg forward, bend your knee over your ankle and press your back heel forward and keep your hips pretty low and your torso on your right thigh and squeeze your feet towards each other and tone around your left kneecap. All right, so your legs should feel strong and stable. Tone your glutes. And now keep that tone and lift of your leg muscles and root. Press your feet into the ground, lengthen your spine, and pull on the floor with your left hand, and then use your left hand to twist you deeper as you exhale, and then reach up as you inhale. And then exhale and touch the ground. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, step your right foot back into a lunge. Fingertips on the, bend your left knee over your left ankle. Keep your left side body on your left inner thigh and just press your right heel forward a bit so that that back foot maybe comes vertical, and that's just an option. That feels good. Tighten around your right kneecap, drag your left heel isometrically back to tone your hamstring and your glute, and keep your hips and legs nice and strong. Now press your feet down and away from one another. Twist your left arm up towards the sky. Hug the midline with your outer left hip. Root your feet. Lengthen your spine. Twist deeper. And then express out through your top. And then touch the ground. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, make your spine long. Bring your hands onto your hips. Alongside your body. And fan out the bones of your feet. Tone your legs. Upper abdomen strong, so sternum down, low ribs down, shoulders back. Interlace your hands behind your sacrum. Do the non-instinctual clasp. Do a little low ribs down, side body long, side body back. Chin up, throw it back. Keep those legs strong, belly toned. Feel how send your hips forward. Scrub your heels away from the midline and see if you can't get some space in your low back as you maybe send your hips forward a bit. Okay, release the clasp with your hands. Externally rotate. Reach your arms forward and up. Reach. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, and step back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, come to plank. And then claw the ground, make your inner hand heavy. Broaden across your upper back. Turn the eyes of your elbows forward. Lift your chin. Tone your legs, glutes, and waistline. And slowly lower onto your belly. And then come onto the tops of your hands and bring your elbows down to start. First things first, press down so much through the tops of your feet that your kneecaps lift, tone your glutes and your waistline. And then squeeze your shoulders back and lift your chest just a little. So we're not going super high here. We're just focusing on toning and engaging the external rotators. So with your palms face up, imagine that you've got, like you're a kid, and you've got some putty in your hands, a big thing, a silly putty, and now you're just amazed at how you can stretch your hands away from each other, and it just goes along with you. So just take your hands away from the midline with some pressure there, and feel how that turns on your external rotators. And don't lose that rootedness in your legs. Turn your inner thighs up. And now keep those muscles firing at your shoulder blades. Turn your hands down and touch your fingertips to the floor. Keep your legs working. Make your side body long. Okay. Set your hands down in line with your low ribs. Curl your toes under. Inhale and make your legs strong. Exhale, press to plank. Inhale and plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, lift your right leg up and step your right foot in between your hands. Now spin your left heel down. Now let's take it a warrior two stance, which would mean that the back toes are angled slightly up past parallel with the back edge of your mat. And you can do heel to heel alignment, you can do heel to arch, or maybe even a little wider than heel to heel. It doesn't matter to me, whatever feels good. But tone your outer right hip, tone your left inner thigh, and turn it back. And then walk your hands out to the left about 45 degrees. So you're in a down dog lunge. Press your hands down and forward. Reach up from your inner groin on the right leg out towards your inner knee, and then do the opposite on the outer thigh side. So pull from your outer right knee to your outer hip. Now press your feet down and away from each other, and press your hands down and forward. And walk your hands back to a lunge. This is a trip around the hip, courtesy of Christina Stell. So quad stretch, bend your back knee, reach back for your foot with your hand, and if the foot's really far away, you could strap up with something nearby, or you could elevate your left hand to make the bind a little easier. But keep your legs and hips really strong. Tone your waistline, make your spine long. Release your foot. Okay, so keeping your hips high. So that just means keep your hips. Okay. Come on up, plant your hands, and then we're going to come into what's called figure four downward facing dog. So you take your right ankle onto your left thigh. Flex your right foot just to create some strength in your legs, stability in your knee. Mindful action. And then if you'd like to feel more, you can bring your left knee down and then sit your hips back onto your left heel. So we're in figure four child's pose. Tone your belly and your glutes. All right. And then lift your hips down. Take a moment and notice the difference between your left and your right leg. And again, within ourselves. Step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down. Make a sound effect if you like. And take a moment here and make sure your back toes are angled slightly up. Left knee's bent. Squeeze your feet towards each other. Make the legs strong and tighten around your right kneecap. And turn your right inner thigh back about 45 degrees to the right. Relax your head. Make your inner hand heavy. Turn the eyes of your elbows forward. Feel how that makes your armpits hollow out. And then from the base of your shoulder blades, press your hands down and forward. Tone your outer left hip more. Lift your right kneecap up. And keeping your legs this strong, press your feet down and away while you press your hands down and forward. All right, then walk your hands back around to a lunge. Put your back knee on the ground. Reach your left hand back. Bend up your right knee. Grab your foot. Keep your legs strong and your glutes toned. And make your spine long. And squeeze your shoulders back. Lift your chin, press your throat back. Release your foot. So trip around the hip gets all sides of the hip. And you don't have to lower onto your forearms, you just go to a place where you feel a heat coming to your back of your left hip. And make that area strong. And then once you've tended to that area a good amount, tend to the back leg. Make that back leg strong, inner thigh, lifting up, tone the right glute. And walk your hands back around your left foot, figure 4 down dog. Your right thigh. You can bend your knee and send your hips high to feel more. You can also bring your knee all the way down and press your hips back into your heel. Okay, you come back up, down. As you inhale, look forward, lift your heels, bend your knees, and exhale, walk or hop to the top of your mat. And inhale and lengthen your spine, and then exhale and fold. Reach your arms up, and bring your hands to heart center. And relax your arms alongside your body. All right, step your feet together. Bend your knees deep. And reach your arms up. Squeeze your legs together, squeeze your knees together. Inner shoulder back, outer elbow back. Lift your chin, reach out through your fingertips. Sit deep, stand on your right leg. Woo. Find some movement in your body. Maybe bring your hands together in front of your heart. How about that? Hands together in front of your heart. We're going to do a slow, graceful step back into warrior one or a crescent lunge when your arms are overhead. So just feel the feedback from the ground. Go to the degree that works best for you. Tone your back leg and turn your left rib cage forward. Tone your upper abdomen. Root your feet. Lift through the crown of your head, reach up through your fingertips. All right, and then bring your hands back together. Bend your back knee, so we're kind of like, whoo, you know what could happen. Move your hips around in space. Legs strong, and then step back up. Take a moment for the energy to settle. Bend your knees. Raise your arms. Squeeze your knees together. Tone your glutes. Tone your waistline. Outer elbow back. Lift your chin. Reach out through your fingertips. Sit deep. Stand on your left leg. Bring your hands. Tone your belly. And as you're ready, you'll tilt forward a bit. And easily and make your back toes point up about 60 degrees. Turn your right rib cage forward. Feel the feedback from the ground as to how deep you want to sit. And then tone your waistline, shoulders back, reach your arms up. From the spine with your arms in the overhead plane. Sit a little deeper perhaps. You don't have to. Feel strength in your back leg. Root both of your feet. Make your spine a bit longer and reach up. All right, and then hands together. Bend your back knee and just kind of shift your hips back and forth. I kind of like to do the hands on the thighs. Not like a full-on goddess pose. I can't do a rotation. But, you know, it's all good. To each his own. And ninja mode it. Back up to the top. And pause and feel. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, make your spine long. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. Okay, so I like to do side plank from down dog. But you know what, before we do that, let's come onto the belly, lower down. Because we might want to play with a little baby Kapinjalasana in side plank, which is the first things first, bring your left forearm across the short edge of your mat, top. Thumbs up. Your right foot. And now before you pull, clamp down on the foot, tone your legs and turn your inner thighs up and tone your waistline. And that's gonna help with all the kind of secondary movement that happens as a result of extending and stretching out through your quad. Stabilize everything else. Now press your left arm down and forward, maybe it props you up a little more. And make that left foot really active. Point your left toes straight back, your foot a little heavier. And you can pull your heel towards your sitting bone or to the outside of your sitting bone, either way. Okay, release. Rest for a moment. Maybe bend your knees and rotate. That feels good. I'm going to rotate feet. And let's do the second side. Bring your right forearm across the front of your mat. Press down through the tops of your feet. Bend your left knee. Say yes to life. Thumbs up. With the left hand, reach back. Grab the inner edge of your foot. And before you go deep into it, hug on muscle to bone in your legs and your hips and your waistline. Do the spin and clamp the toes down on the first side, so I won't do it on this side. All right, release your foot, rest for maybe like the windshield wiper. So whenever, I don't know, I noticed in my day, I can't do, or back in the day I was like, I can't do back bends, it's not for me, my body won't do it. And then what I learned over time was that it's alerting me that if I want to train my body to do it, I can use my awareness and I have to just hug on more and keep that double external rotation from happening whenever we extend the hips. So remember, you don't have to go deep, you just go only as deep as you can still pay attention and still work the actions of stabilizing your legs and hips and internally rotating your thighs. All right, let's do that. In side plank, so down dog. Bring your up, it's a side body long. And then actually go ahead and first bring your right knee down at the middle of your mat and spin your left heel down, because this is a great way to just start. And then peel your left arm up. Bend your. So that's one thing we can do. The other thing is to go side plank with the shoulders slightly behind the wrist. You see, it's been a while since I've done this. And you'll float the leg, reach back for your ankle, grab. You'll have to press your hips forward as you kick into your hand. Keep your inner hand nice and heavy. And remember, if you overdo it and you fall, you just release one. And come on over. And downward facing dog. I'm just gonna do a quick check-in. How'd that go for y'all? Just give me a little, cool. Okay. Second side, downward facing dog. Side body long down dog. So shoulders up and forward. This strategy is also good for like jumping into handstand because your shoulders are already almost there. Then you go left knee down to the middle of your mat. Spin your right heel down. Reach your right arm up. Doing a nice side plank. Bend your knee. Whoa, I'm having trouble balancing. Grab your ankle and catch a quad stretch from here. Second option, side plank, right leg up, reach for your ankle or foot. Ooh. And as you, this one might be the tougher side for me, and it is, so I'm staying with the modified version. Let you grab your ankle, hips forward, kick into your hand. No shame in my game, in my modification game, wild thing. And then downward facing dog. All right. Come to sitting in Vajrasana, sitting up on your heels. Go ahead and lift your hips up off of your toes under. We're going to do a little Ustrasana, a little camel pose. Take it in steps, so you don't have to go all the way in, but we're pretty well prepped. So if you like toes untucked, your heels are a little bit further away. You can take that route as well. Place your hands on your low back, and you could maybe point your fingers up and give your wrists a nice stretch, or you could go hands down. And I notice that when I go fingertips up, I have to tone my upper ribs more, otherwise it just splays open. So abdominals, draw your sternum down, and then make your side body long. And tone your inner thighs, I almost forgot to say. Turn your inner thighs back, tailbone down, side body long, shoulders back. Lift your chin, press your throat back, tone your legs and belly. And then make your side body long, squeeze your shoulders back, lift your chin, press your throat back, and maybe you can reach down and grab your heels. If you grab your heels, turn your thumbs toward your index fingers and squeeze your shoulders onto your back. It's not like a throat open, but it's like a throat back and lift the chin. And when you want to come up, lead with your chest. And head comes up last. And then sit your hips onto your heels. Woo. All right, shift your hips off to the side. I'm going to turn your face, y'all. We're going to do some seated poses now while we cool down. Twists are a really good way to clear anything in the back. So let's do underneath your right sitting bone and place your right foot down outside of your left thigh. Just kind of rock around so you feel your hips. And make your legs nice and strong. Draw your thigh bones in the hip socket. Right hand roots behind you, make your spine long. You reach up and hook your elbow or wrap your arm around the front of your thigh and keep your legs nice and strong. Inhale for some length, exhale and twist. Inhale, find some length, Exhale and twist. And lengthen. And twist. Alright. And then come back to center. And thread your right leg and let your right leg just open out. Do a little. Right arm. I usually like to have a block for this one, but right arm down inside the right. Your head on your hand and just ponder everything that's going on. Or you could keep your right hand down and then press your arm into your leg to turn. Put your left arm alongside your left ear. And some of you might be able to reach forward and grab your foot. I don't know if I'll ever know how that feels, and that's okay with me. So keep your left sitting bone heavy. Alright, and then come on back to center and turn and fold over your right leg. Maybe grab your foot or your ankle. Come up and switch it out. Inside or outside the right thigh. And just feel your hips rock around. As you're moving, make it strong as you lift the hips up, draw in. And then as you set arm up and twist. Hook your elbow or do the wrap. Inhale, reach through the crown of your head. Exhale, twist. And let the breath kind of happen to you. Alright, then come out of your twist. Straighten your left leg, send it out to the left a bit, and bring your right heel to the root of your thigh. And take your left arm, a little external rotation, place it inside of your left thigh, and lengthen on the inhale, twist on the exhale. Alright, and then turn and face your left leg. Just pull forward, reach for your foot. So one thing I just noticed is that my kneecap was loose. So if you can move your kneecap laterally and forward bends, and tighten your quad. Okay, come on up and back to center, and just sit in a nice seat for a moment. Okay, let's do an outer hip stretch and then we'll rest. Let's start, we'll do Agni Stambhasana as an option, so fire log where you stack the shins. Remember, if your top shin's flying up really high, you can just take it in front of the bottom shin. And so we can do that from here. So fire log. Maybe you fold forward. And press your hands down and forward. Feel that action rooting your hips back and down. Just relax your head. And keep your hips rooting and maybe crawl your hands a little bit further forward and press down and forward. Root your hips down and back. Alright, then come on up. could do the old arm balance. I don't think I'm gonna push it, but the way you would do the arm balance, let's try it. All right, so the way you do the arm balance is you lift your hips from here. You could do it from like the toe balance. So how I got there was heel in, like so, doing it. Your hands forward, come up onto your heel, reach your right arm outside your left foot, flex your foot, bend your elbows, and lean. And then straighten your left leg. Whew. Haven't done that in a while. All right, let's do this. Just a little fun. Start in fire log. Prop yourself up nice and tall. Remember, left shin in front or on top. Maybe fold forward. Hands out in front. Press your hands down and forward. Root your hips back and down. Relax your head. Press down and forward and press your hips down and back. Every pose is an opportunity to self-observe in a new way. Okay, come on up. Shift your hips forward, come on to your toes. Plant your right hand, reach your left arm up and over. So your triceps is going to be a shelf for your left foot. You just lean, maybe. Straighten your leg. Sit on down. Lie down on your back. Hug your knees in towards your chest and hold on to your left knee with your left hand, right knee with your right hand. Open your knees out and press your knees up into your hands so your back of your hips gets heavy and your low back curves in. And squeeze your knees in towards your chest so that your low back flattens out and your hips roll up. And then resist with your legs. Back curve in. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest. Alright, and then release your legs. Let your legs extend towards the front of your mat. Let your feet open out to the sides. Turn your palms to rest face up. Relax your whole body. Just let everything soften. Notice if you're gripping in your jaw or your tongue. And let that tongue soften away from the back of your teeth. Relax the muscles behind your eyes. And your scalp. Let your breath breathe itself as you lead your body to rest. If you'd like to continue resting, please do. And if you're ready to come out, start by deepening your breath. Wrists. Reach your arms overhead. Give yourself a full on the ground and roll over to your side. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. Inhale and release the weight of your pelvis heavier on the floor. Lift your heart. And exhale, draw your shoulders onto your back. Press your hands together. Bow your head to your hands. Acknowledge yourself with gratitude. Feel the collective energy that we cultivated practicing together. Thank yourself for doing this work to alignment with your awareness. Notice the quality of your thoughts in this moment. And if you can remember off of your mat, whenever possible, notice the quality of that inner narrative that's always, most always running. Just bring it in non-critical awareness. Lift your chin away from your chest. Thank you guys so much for sharing your practice. Namaste. Thanks, y'all. I'm unmuting.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. Later talk. Yeah, y'all feel free to hang and chat or peace out if you need to. But I'm gonna stick around for a bit.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure.